So UFC 311 wrapped up, and holy shit, what a card! You know, I don't even know where the fuck do I even start here. Like, it was generally a very good card. Now it started very slow. That is worth mentioning. We had decision after decision. Like, it's actually crazy how many decisions we had early into the card. Azamat Bekoev versus Clayton Carpenter, you know, opened the card up. Good performance from Tagir. Clayton Carpenter, he's got a bright future though. He lost, but he impressed me quite a lot. He's athletic. He's pretty young as well. You know, he's not as young as I thought he was. I thought he was way younger than 28 for some reason. So he's a bit older than I thought, but still very good prospect. Sapaj versus Tercios was a good fight. Rinya Nakamura lost his O, which was a common theme of the card among the bantamweights. Every bantamweight lost his O. Then Alien Perez, she beat Cara Rosa. She shook her ass, as she always does. Like, that's just a given. If Alien Perez wins, expect her to shake that booty. And she did. Grant Dawson won. You know, it wasn't particularly entertaining, but it was dominant. Gets a dominant win over Grant Dawson. Bogdan Gruskov actually almost loses against Billy Elkiana. Like, he got taken down, he got his back taken. You know, some worrying stuff early, but he did eventually get the finish. It seemed like Billy Elkiana sort of quit a little bit, but regardless, Gruskov wins. Not a great performance. You know, Elkiana, I guess you could say maybe he's just better, but he was so undersized. Gruskov's a natural light heavyweight. Like, he's a big guy, fought at heavyweight. And Elkiana isn't even a grappler, and he had a lot of success with the grappling, so it's like a worrying look against for Gruskov. Because Johnny Walker is very athletic, he's a very good grappler. He probably could have taken down Gruskov too, but also Johnny Walker doesn't have an Islander chin. He doesn't have that Samoan chin like Elkiana has, because he ate some big shots, but then eventually gets the submission. Then Azamat Bekoev, this was insane. He knocked out Zachary Reese, and then the referee was like, you know what, you haven't had enough concussive damage, I'm going to slam your head onto the canvas. So he also did that. The referee jumps in to push off Azamat, and he actually just fucking knocks out Zachary Reese again. So he took some extra damage. If I'm Zachary Reese, I'm suing the commission. I'm suing the referee. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm suing the referee. I'm suing the commission. So about that, a little bit of a malfunction. Yeah, like I was saying, if I was Zachary Reese, I would definitely sue the commission or something, because that was not right. They did not treat him properly. He shouldn't have been KO'd in extra time, but regardless, great performance by Azamat. I was sort of expecting it to be a bit boring, because I'd seen all these KOs of him, but I heard that he was a bit of a boring wrestler at times, a bit of lay and pray type guy, but this was pretty good. This was a good fight. It honestly reminded me a lot of Habib versus Tony. This is how we expected the fight to go, you know. Zachary Reese was working in his guard, elbows and everything like that, but then Azamat just knocks him out, as I was making a tweet about it. Then we had Barcelos versus Talbott. This was pretty sad, honestly. You know, like Payton Talbott, this great prospect, great striker, young, marketable guy. Of course, he gets 30-26 fraud checked by Barcelos. How old is Barcelos now? He's like 37, right? 30, almost 38. Of course, almost 38-year-old Barcelos fraud checks him. You know, I don't like the term fraud check, to be fair. He just took his own. I think Payton Talbott can come back from this, honestly. People have really been harsh on him, but he's still a great striker. He wasn't getting beat up in the striking. We knew his grappling, needed a bit of work against Nick Aguirre. He did get taken down. He got grappled a little bit. So, I'm not completely off the hype train for Payton Talbott. This was a big step up for him. he shouldn't have been that big of a favourite, though, if we're going to be honest. I thought he was going to win. I picked Payton Talbott, don't get me wrong, but like the odds were pretty insane. But yeah, it is crazy. Umar was able to KO him, all things considered, because I think that's the only time he ever got knocked down. Umar is not a powerful guy, like really. He's not really a knockout artist, so it is crazy. Payton Talbott had a really good third round, but he ended up getting taken down again, and he got beaten up. He'll be back though, like 100%. I guarantee you. Payton Talbott will get a couple wins together, but yeah, people were acting like he was already going to be champion and everything like that. Like, I remember people saying, "Oh, Cody Haddon's not that good, you know. Payton Talbott, easy win, future champ, Payton Talbott." Like, Cody Haddon. And I know I always turn this into an Aussie versus non-Aussie thing, but Cody Haddon beat Billy Brand so much easier, so much cleaner than Payton Talbott did. Like, he's a very good prospect. He's Cody Haddon. Like, he's someone to keep your eye on, especially because he'd be fighting Taboria's big brother. But yeah, I just had to mention that. People were acting like you were crazy if you picked Cody Haddon to beat Talbott. But Talbott's still the real deal. But Barcelos gets a well-needed win, you know. People really jumped off his hype train. I get he's 37, so it's not like he's a young prospect or anything like that. But 2 wins in a row. I think maybe even 3. I think it's 2 though. But it'll be interesting to see what's next for Barcelos. Then we have Raina de Ridder, my Dutch brethren, versus Kevin Holland. Very good performance by Raina de Ridder. This was so clean. This was a very clean performance. Didn't get hurt. Like, I expected him to at least get rocked a couple times. You know, maybe gets rocked. You know, is in a bit of trouble. But no, he immediately gets Kevin Holland down. Did it easier than Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not going to say that means he's better than Khamzat or anything crazy like that, but he did get him down a lot easier, a lot quicker, didn't waste any time on the feet, didn't get rocked, didn't get hurt. And then he got him down. And when he got him down, he pretty much just stacked guard a lot, punched him into his guard, hit him with a lot of big shots. Kevin Holland's got a really good chin, so he ate him, but he was landing some big shots with the ground and pound. And then he did some pretty, like, smooth transitions, takes the back, I think that's what it was. He took the back, but he had like a weird position with it. Like he does stuff. He does it very funky. It's a very interesting style of how he does it, but eventually gets the takedown, gets the rear naked. Holland taps 3 minutes into the first round, I think it was. Very good performance for Raina de Ridder. Jack Hermanson versus Raina de Ridder. You could main event a Europe card with that, or maybe you give him another unranked guy. This guy's 35 years old. 44. Okay, no, he's not as old as I thought he was. He's 34. We got to rush him a little bit. He wants to be active. Let's get him another fight. Ranked, non-ranked, who cares? Just let's get him some activity. And then, get some activity. Then we can do some big fights. Like, I would love to see Raina de Ridder versus, like, the loser of Amavov versus Adesanya. I think that would be good. Or you just give him another unranked guy. Because, you know, GM3 and Kevin Holland are both unranked. So, you know, there is still an opportunity for him to, you know, beat a few more unranked guys, but he's already got a ton of experience. Do we really need to see him do, like, what are you going to do, fucking Raina de Ridder versus Eric Anders? Like, what would be the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, there'd be absolutely no point to do that. You could do that. Look here, it'd sort of be a tough matchup for Raina. I think he would win, but, like, you know, Eric Anders has good takedown defense, but anyway, regardless, maybe you could do Raina de Ridder versus, like, Chris Curtis, something like that, or Roman Kopylov. I don't know. There is, like, plenty of fights for Raina de Ridder, though, that I'd love to see. Just jump him right up. He's 34. He's fought a lot of people. He's 19-2. You don't need to babysit him, but keep him active. Unranked or ranked, whatever keeps him active, because he is 34. Let's get as much out of him as we can. Yeah, shout out the Netherlands. Then we're Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. I thought my pick was going to be wrong here, to be honest with you, because Spivak got a judo toss and he was beating up Jailton Almeida significantly. Like, some big elbows, he was hurting him. Then Almeida got on top, and then we seen Spivak actually reverse position, which was crazy to see for heavyweight MMA. Like, both of them reverse positions. Like, that was actually pretty high level for heavyweight MMA standards. It'd be a normal... It'd be a low-level flyweight move if it was a flyweight fight, but it was very cool to see, you know, these two big boys do it. But Almeida eventually hurts him on the feet, has Spivak hurt, and then gets the finish. You know, he didn't do as good, and it's crazy because Spivak's not a fat guy. Like, whenever you give him someone who's not morbidly obese, he does seem to significantly do worse at the heavyweight division. You know, I'm just noticing some things here. But, yeah, he does get the win, though. And he calls out Cyril Gane. Honestly, I wouldn't mind him versus Volkov or Cyril Gane. Neither of those two would be good fights. I think both... No, I think Volkov would beat Jailton Almeida, but I think he would beat Cyril Gane. But he could also get chinned. I don't like his chin. I really don't like Almeida's chin. I've always said it. He's been knocked out a couple times, or once I think, but he's been hurt a lot. Or 2 times now, yeah, because he got knocked out by blades. He doesn't have a good chin. Like, he was getting knocked out at middleweight, which I was thinking maybe it was the weight cut, but he got hurt badly against Curtis Blades, knocked out with hammer fists, like not even significantly powerful ones. And even with the elbows Spivak was landing, it was badly hurting him. So, yeah, I don't like that. Like, I don't like Almeida's chin, especially against like a Tom Aspinall or Volkov. I think they would knock him out. Then with Jiri Prochazka versus Jamahal Hill, the streak continues. I'm now 2-5 for Jiri Prochazka fights. I've picked against him every single fight, which is insane. I don't know why I always pick against Jiri Prochazka. I guess it's his style. I just always see him getting knocked out. It is actually pretty crazy when you consider I've literally picked against him every time. Except maybe against Glover. I can't remember if I picked him or Glover. That's the thing. I swear I don't know. I'm just going to say 2-5 because it's 2-5 because it sounds a lot funnier. But regardless, Jiri Prochazka badly hurts Jamahal Hill in the first round, knocks him down. Second round, that was Hill's round. Third round, he just comes back, beats the shit out of him. Really badly beats him, hurts him, breaks him. And yeah, badly beats him up. Drops him like twice, maybe a third time in the third round. And then, yeah, just breaks him, TKOs him. It wasn't an early stoppage. It was a good stoppage. Jamahal Hill might say it's early. That might be something he says. But, like, man, you got dropped twice and then you got, like, unloaded on. All was going to happen is Jiri was going to keep hitting you. It's a great performance by Jiri Prochazka. He said he worked on head movement and defense. And you could see, like, why did he not ever do this earlier? Like, seriously, if he did this earlier, he wouldn't have been knocked out so many times. Like, he's got a very good chin, but his defense is just awful. But this fight, he worked on it, and it paid off. I feel bad for Jamahal Hill, because he is going to get clowned, like, very badly. He's on a 2-fight losing streak now. All 3 of his losses are pretty fucking bad as well, like, damage-wise. Got his arm broken or dislocated against Paul Craig, and got his head pounded in. Then against Alex Pereira, just gets knocked out in the first round. And then Jiri just breaks him. Like, he's fought some weird styles as well. Like, 3 very unorthodox type guys when it comes to MMA. But, yeah. Jamahal Hill, unfortunate for him. But he was looking decent. You could do him versus, like, Khalil Roundtree or something like that. Like, I wouldn't mind that. I think those would be good fights. His chin... it could be a little bit cooked at this point, though. Like, that is a lot of damage for back-to-back fights. I know he was out for a while after the Pereira fight, but he came back and took a lot of damage. But you never know. He could just come back and you never know. Like, Khalil Roundtree took an insane amount of damage too. That he might not even have a chin anymore, and he was knocked out a couple times before. So really, who knows? But still, great performance. Then we had the co-main event. What a performance by Merab Dvalishvili. Predicted him to win. Everyone was down at him. I don't know why people keep doubting the machine. He was a free $3.20 underdog. I actually think $3.40 underdog. I think that's where he ended up. Almost $4 as an underdog. Why? Like, Umar, yes, he beat Corey Sandhagen. Merab beat Peter Yan, Jose Aldo, Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley. Like, he just dominated them. Like, dominated these guys with good takedown defense, wrestlers. His cardio is just unstoppable. He doesn't stop. His pace is crazy. You got to kill him to beat him. And I didn't see, like, Umar as this big finishing threat. Yeah, he's got a few finishes, but he isn't this one-punch KO sort of guy. Yes, he got Barcelos out of there, which was impressive, but I don't think that happens most times out of 10 if you do Barcelos or Umar. I think Umar would win, most times out of 10, but I don't think he would just knock him out in the first round like that. You know, it's a very impressive performance by Merab, but he was bullying him. Like, he was actually bullying him towards the third round. It was just a bullying. He was taking him down, throwing him down, mocking him when he would miss shots, laughing at him, rocking him, beating him, landing big shots on him. He beat him up, threw him on the ground, would let him back up, would point at him, laugh. Like, it was just... he just did everything he could to bully him. And... yeah, it was just very embarrassing for Umar. Habib was losing his mind in his corner. Like, he was actually, like, fucking... I was very worried about Habib's safety because he would not stop screaming. His blood pressure was probably through the roof. Yeah. Like, he was going insane. All he was doing was screaming as well. He wasn't actually giving any good advice to Umar. He was just screaming at him, get up, screaming at him, whatever he was saying. And yeah, Umar would keep shooting as well because he was so gassed, but Merab's takedown defense and get-ups are really good as well, so he couldn't get a position on Merab. Merab would get it back up, and he won the last 3 rounds. I thought he lost the first 2. One of the judges, 49-46. I don't really agree with that, but maybe there's an argument. But yeah, great performance by Merab. He is the bantamweight GOAT. I'm just going to say it. He's the bantamweight GOAT. I know he's only got 1 title defense, but you got to look at his resume, who he's beaten. He's maybe, you can't say he's the GOAT yet, maybe, but he's the best bantamweight of all time. Nobody is going to beat Merab, except for Father Time, in my opinion. Like, he's going to beat Pete Yan if they fight again. He'll beat Sean O'Malley if they fight again. He'll beat Corey Sandhagen if they fight. He'll beat Davison Figueiredo if they fight. Like, there is just nobody currently in the rankings who'll beat him. So, yeah, it's going to be very hard. You're going to need someone with amazing cardio and takedown defense. But even then, takedown defense doesn't matter because he will just clinch you and he'll win that way. Like, he'll tire you out with attempts. It's insane. You've got to finish and beat him. And yeah, I don't see anyone in the rankings who can do that. But I think Cody Haddon would have a shot. And yeah, that's just me throwing some bias in there, for the Perth boy. But the way he fought against Dan Argueta is how you got to beat Merab. Like, that is the sort of matchup. You got to shoot on him. You got to tire him out. You got to do attempts on him. But again, Umar tried that and it didn't fucking work. So who knows? But I feel like somebody like Cody Haddon's style would actually do really good against Merab. I don't think the fight will happen, obviously, because I think Merab will probably be gone by that time. Like, he is 35, 36. How old is Merab? Merab's 34, so he's not that old, but he's pretty old for bantamweight standards. But I think by the time Cody probably gets to a title shot, Merab will probably be like 35, 36. So, maybe he could beat him. I really do believe in Cody Haddon. He's fucking really good. His takedown defense and get-ups are really impressive. Great cardio. But anyway, I gotta stop my bias. Merab, impressive, beats everybody in the rankings probably right now. At this current moment, I would pick him to beat everybody, obviously. But I think when he's older, it's gonna be someone like Cody Haddon who beats him. But that's just my hot take, maybe a little biased. But Merab, real deal, demolished Umar. And I was about to say this is it, but I forgot. There was literally another fight after this. Islam Makhachev fought Hanato Moicano. Yeah. This was not unexpected by any means. I wanted Moicano to win because I love Money Moik. But it was obviously realistically, Moicano did not have a very good shot to win this. You can't beat Islam Makhachev on short notice. You need a full camp to beat him, or at least be preparing for a similar opponent. Because you just can't deal with that style just short notice. It's one of the hardest styles to just prepare for like that. Unless you have some freakish athleticism and takedown defense. It's very hard. But, he was doing very good on the feet. He wobbled. Or, he dropped Islam, but he didn't knock him down. It was just he was off balance. But the shot, I'm pretty sure the shot landed, but it wasn't like a slip, but he knocked him off balance, but it wasn't like a concussive knockdown. But, yeah, Islam wins. Not unexpected by any means. I think, we're all expecting that. If you didn't, you were maybe a bit delusional. But it would have been a cool story if Renato Moicano would have come in and won, but who knows? He's got to feel Islam Makhachev out. Who knows? Maybe he gets a rematch down the line. You know, you never know. But yeah, poor Renato Moicano. You got to think, what would he have done if he could keep the fight standing? Like, it would have been very interesting. He was clearly the better striker. The Muay Thai, the leg kicks, the body shots. Who knows? It might have ended up adding up, but alas, we'll never know unless they run it back. But yeah, great performance by Islam. He breaks the UFC lightweight title record as well. He's now got the most defenses. He broke Habib, Henderson, Edgar, and Penn's records of 3. So very impressive. People are going to use the asterisks, 2 short notice, and then 2 against featherweights. And then Dustin, who probably didn't deserve the title shot, but still very impressive to be defending the belt. But yeah, people are going to say there is asterisks, but still, I find it very impressive. He's pound for pound number 1 in my opinion. It's either him or Ilya, based on skill. I know people say John Jones, but skill-wise, John Jones, he's a heavier guy. His skills aren't going to be as good as those lighter guys, and that's just a fact. People can hate it. People can say John Jones is the perfect fighter, but his boxing's shit. And we always got to remember that. He's got very shit boxing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Impressive stuff, but I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Good cut.